Gentlemen, it's time to discuss this right here. The DraftKings Super Bowl 56 greatest gridiron prop list. We know everyone watching knows how to bet. We get that. But we've also made it easy for all of you who know how to bet to bring the DK Sportsbook to your Super Bowl party. Yes, even for all of your lame lost friends who bring kale chips to your shindig and don't have the Sportsbook app downloaded on their phone, you got to hit up DK Nation and look for the DraftKings printable Super Bowl prop list. It's the greatest gridiron prop list. Nothing is greater than the greatest. Print it out, hand it out so everyone can play along. Right now, we're going to rip through some of these bets and see which ones our analysts are actually putting some units on. Let's go. Steve Buchanan. Let's start with the coin toss here, baby. Heads or tails, minus 105 odds either way. It's a 50-50 bet. Like, what do you do here? You don't think too much. You just go tails, right?
No, you go heads. That's
what?
My answer.
Why?
Because everybody's expecting tails, so you go heads.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Jeff.
It's terrible logic by him. We all know, what's the saying? Tails never fails.
Until today.
This one's easy. Like, just move on to the next question. I mean, come on, let's go.
Okay, well, we have one more to ask. We have Pearce. Pearce, you want to go ahead and just be smart, prove to everyone you're an intellectual and say tails?
Yeah, let me give you some useful information. Tails, and print these things off at work. Don't burn your paper at home or your ink.
I love that.
That's stealing. That's called stealing, Pearce.
Jeff, first offensive play from scrimmage, is it going to be a run or is it going to be a pass? You can get plus money here if they go to the air.
So plus 115. I mean, like, I'm not taking minus 145 just to bet on the first play of the game. But if you look at the averages of the opponents between these two teams and what their opponents have done, they're actually like averaging over 36 pass attempts. So each opponent for each team. So over the last 3 games, I think pass here is a perfectly fine bet. You're getting plus 115. I wish it was closer to like plus 120, plus 125. Then it would be a real strong bet. But look, I mean, again, a couple pass heavy teams. We like the quarterbacks. Of course you take pass here.
All right, Pearce, what are you most confident in betting here with this one?
Yeah, well, you probably want to bet the pass, but if you're playing the pool, you go with the run, you take the odds. These are conservative coaches. So in your pool, take the run.
Okay, Steve, in this pool, what would you do for first offensive play from scrimmage?
I mean, realistically, it's probably going to be a run. The Bengals just love to run that ball in the last game. It was maddening because they weren't even gaining any yards when they were running it. Bengals going to win the coin toss because it's going to be heads, and then they're going to run the ball Joe Mixon. It plays in perfectly.
Offensive score on the first drive of the game. Will a team score a touchdown on their first drive of the game, or an offensive score? I guess that would mean also a field goal. You can get plus money on yes here, Steve.
Yeah, I would take yes on this one. We have two teams that are not afraid to kick a field goal. I think that's what's going to end up being here. We have two of the more proficient kickers with Matt Gay and Stone Cold Evan McPherson. So I would take that. That would be score on the first drive.
Jeff, what are you going to do here?
Yeah, this one actually leads into the field goal questions we'll get to later. But yes is actually, like, I really actually like this one at plus 150. These are odds I can really get behind. Steve mentioned not only do we have like teams that are willing to take field goals, but you have field stretchers in Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase. You know, we could get in like a 3rd down and 15 situation, get a 30-yard play, and all of a sudden the team's in field goal position. So lots of things can work out in your favor here. Take the yes, plus 150.
Pearce, I believe you weren't on the show yesterday, but Julian Edlow was. If my memory serves me correct, he thinks both teams are going to punt on their first drives of the game.
Yeah, I'm going to give a no on this. I don't know if they're both going to punt, but from a strategy perspective with your pools, everyone wants to see scoring, so everyone is more likely going to go with yes. So a way to differentiate from other people is to say no on this and be the Debbie Downer.
All right, which side's calling the first time out, though, Pearce?
Let's go with the Rams.
All right, Rams are the heavy favorite here, minus 125. Let's go, Steve.
Yeah, to be honest, the Rams have actually called the first time out 70% of their games. So I will go with the numbers here, and I will take the Rams.
All right, cool. Jeff, what do you want?
Yeah, this is an easy one, man. I mean, who loves to call useless timeouts more in the NFL right now than Sean McVay? I mean, we saw it. We've seen it throughout the playoffs. The guy likes – Sean McVay is a play caller, right? I mean, he likes to get the play correct, and he'll burn timeouts even when he doesn't have to just because he's a perfectionist on offense. So, yeah, absolutely you take the Rams here.
All right, Jeff, what are you doing with first team to 10 points? Like, do one of these teams start out hotter typically than the other?
I mean, again, like, this one comes down to what you kind of think of this game. I mean, do you think that the Bengals are overvalued or undervalued, excuse me, at like plus 4.5. Because if you think they're overvalued in the main game, they're probably undervalued in this prop as well in the race to 10 points. I mean, the Rams at minus 160. Obviously, like, this is a pretty big spread we're getting just to get to 10 points. And we can throw in things like which team starts faster. Obviously, the Bengals didn't really start fast against the Chiefs, but I don't have enough like faith in the Rams just as a team that can just come in here and shut down the Bengals for the entire first quarter. I think the Bengals will drop enough interest, and they have a realistic shot here to make me want to take the plus money. So.
All right, yeah, plus 130 for the Bengals on this bet, minus 160 for the Rams. What does this come down to for you, Steve?
Yeah, I'll take the Bengals in this one here. I mean, Geoff kind of alluded to it here. I mean, this team continues to be undervalued. Like, look at the spread, like plus 4.5 for the Bengals. I think that's just absolutely absurd. And that's, my own general feelings aside. I just think it's crazy to give them that much points there. So I like the Bengals this one, getting plus money. I think they just continue to roll.
All right, Pearce.
I keep picking the Bengals every week, and I'm going to pick them again this week. And if I'm picking them, then I'm also going to hope that they are the first to score 10 points. So I'll take the Bengals.
Okay, let's talk longest field goal here, Jeffrey. 47.5 yards. So over that mark, minus 110 odds. Under it, minus 125.
I mean, look, I'm all the field goal props like these ones. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want to go over. I mean, we'll get into it more too on the total field goals made one and the next one. But we've got two kickers with good legs. I mean, Matt Gay, he's not as accurate as Evan McPherson, but he's got a big leg, and he'll certainly get attempts from 54, 52 yards if Sean McVay is in that territory. Sean McVay is one of the worst coaches at going for it on first downs. I mean, his play calling and his decision making has actually hurt the Rams quite a bit in terms of win probability in the past. He's got no problem taking long field goals over 4th and 3s. So yeah, this is a great one from many perspectives, but mainly because of the coaches involved here. Zach Taylor actually isn't really that much better in that regard either. But then we've also got two good kickers. You take the over on this one. This is one of my faves as well.
Pearce, do you like this one as much as Geoff?
Yeah, I do, and he needs to give Gay a little bit more respect. He's 32 of 34 this year, so he's not that far off from McPherson, and was nearly perfect from beyond 50 yards. Two great kickers. I'm not betting against these guys. I'll take the over.
Okay, Steven.
McPherson has made 12 field goals in this playoff series. 3 of them have gone 50 yards or more, so well over the mark that you need here. He has been the catalyst for this team when they need him, and now he's in a great atmosphere, really no wind or anything like that, so I think this is a great one here. I would absolutely be taking the over on this one.
Yeah, and he had that perfect kicking day too, right, in the divisional round upset over the Titans, which included 2 50-plus yarders, one of which won the game as time expired. Total field goals made. It seems like you guys are all kind of feeling the kicking game. So 3.5 is the mark here. You want to go over or under, Steve? Over is where you get plus money.
Yeah, taking the over on this one too as well. Like we already mentioned, Evan McPherson has had 4 field goal attempts in each playoff game this season. He alone could hit the over in this one. And then we know that, Geoff said it many times before too, the Rams have no issue kicking field goals. They're just going to take the points. They are the reversed Ravens. That's basically what it comes down to. So I would absolutely be taking the over 3.5 in this scenario.
Geoff, you're going in the same direction, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Bengals have averaged 4 field goal attempts over the last 3 games. The Rams have averaged 3 field goal attempts. And it's historical with Sean McVay. We have a big sample size on this. You go back to when he's been in the league. The Rams, like when they get in that kind of dead zone in the, just between like the 30 and 40 yard line, they have the lowest rate of going for it, a bottom 3 rate of going for it in the NFL under McVay. They take a ton of field goals in that area, and that's going to help push this one to the over. And again, we've already gone over the efficiency of both these kickers. Yeah, you take the over 3.5 for sure.
Okay, Pearce, clean sweep here of over?
Yeah, let's take the over. And how awesome would it be if this game was nothing but field goals? So let's root for the over.
Sounds awful.
All right, Pearce, is there going to be a safety in this game? I'm looking at it here. Either team to get a safety. Yes, plus 800. No, minus 1,600. So heavy favorite there on the no.
Yeah, hard pass. That's going to be a no. If you try yes on this, you're probably going to lose your pool.
Okay, Steven, do you agree? You're going to lose your pool if you say yes?
I mean, I have no analysis to give. I don't like taking things that are minus, 1,600.
Right.
But I will take that in this instance.
Okay, Jeffrey.
I don't care.
I mean, I don't. Hey, get this off the screen. Yeah, thank you. I mean, God, get out of here. Look, I mean, the Joe Burrow, one thing he does do is hold on to the ball too long. Like, if the Bengals get down inside their own 3-yard line, he will take a sack. I mean, there is a possibility. I'm not betting this because I don't think the odds are big enough. If we get in the plus 1,000, I'd probably do a little bit more analysis here. Maybe look into the rate of actually how often the Bengals get down there and get pinned. But no, I mean, you can't bet the safety odds. Like, get out.
I mean, they're not an anomaly like in the big game here, Geoff. Like, there have been 9 safeties in Super Bowl history. So you know what that means? That means a safety has been scored in 16.3% of Super Bowls.
That's great.
It is a great fact. Cool. All right, cold take there, McGee in the middle. How about this one? Team to score longest touchdown. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I would dare anybody in the back to come on this show and give their analysis on if there be a safety or not. Then we'll talk about cold takes, okay? You know, dumb idiots back there. Team to score the longest touchdown. This is a really tough one. I mean, you have guys like Cooper Kupp who had the most yards after catch in the league, over 1,000. Odell Beckham Jr. is getting these deep shots. Then you have Jamar Chase. T. Higgins actually has the second best average distance of targets in this game. There's so many guys that you can go to. I'll just take the plus money with the Bengals here. Would not shock me to see somebody like, Jamar Chase or T. Higgins get one of those deep shots and take it in. But this is going to be one I think you're going to be sweating all game long.
All right, Pearce. Rams here are the favorite, though, to score the longest touchdown, minus 160.
Yeah, it's hard to ignore Kupp's yards after catch, but when I look at the matchups, I think you're more likely going to see Chase in a one-on-one matchup, which gives you the opportunity for the big touchdown. Also, the Rams are towards the bottom of the league in missed tackles, so that could open up a big play by Mixon or Higgins, so I'll take the Bengals. Okay,
Geoff, what do you want to do on this one?
Yeah, I mean, like the guys, I think if this was like even odds, I'd just lean the Rams, but the Bengals secondary has been very good. They're good at limiting passing touchdowns, like pretty much. Both these teams are actually fairly good at limiting the big play passing touchdowns. But, I mean, I just don't know how you don't take the plus money with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, potentially even like Tyler Boyd getting free. You could even see like a Joe Mixon screen pass break free. I think that's one area where the Bengals actually have a big advantage is with the running backs, pass catchers. And that really kind of pushes me towards the Bengals at plus 110 here.
I mean, it's definitely a game that I think odds makers are believing will be filled with some big-time plays, some long plays, because both quarterbacks currently, longest completion, like over-under. I think it's set around like 38.5 right now. Let's go length of national anthem to wrap up this first block. Over 95 seconds and then under 95 seconds. Steve, do you have any information about this? How would you bet this?
Here's what you do. You flip a coin as well. So, if it's heads, you take the under. If it's tails, you take the over. I like heads, so I'm going to take the under. You take that information and do something with it.
That is an incredible strategy. Geoff, do you have something as mind-boggling as that?
So the average length of the national anthem from 1991 to 2020 was around 1 minute and 55 seconds. So we're being asked just for 95 seconds here. Look, I've been watching Mickey Guyton videos. I hope that's how you pronounce her name all morning. I think she's got a bit of a slower rhythm. I think she probably is going to milk this, like many anthem singers in the past. I think you have to take the over here. Again, I'm not actually sure what the odds were on this or what lines we're getting, but I'm going to go over 95 seconds. I mean, if I was in that opportunity, I'd be stretching this out to like 3 minutes. I'd probably do like 2 national anthems. So.
What a diva.
Yeah, Pearce, how do you feel about betting the national anthem here, dude? Which direction are you going in?
Congratulations if you had the over on Geoff's analysis of the national anthem. Definitely went over there. I'm going to take the under. That's all I need to say.
Okay. I mean, last year it went over by like 18 seconds. I mean, it actually kind of flip-flops like quite a bit. Like starting last year goes over, then under, over, under, under, over. So who knows? As Steve mentioned, it's a coin flip. He's just going with the wrong decision there and going with heads, unlike the brave men on this network who go with tails.